Hello, welcome to another episode of This, That, and the Other. And like I said, This, That, and the Other discusses obscure aspects of history. And I came up with another idea. I used to, when I was younger, collect coins, and I don't so much now. I will occasionally find one and put my collection if I happen to run across something interesting, like a Indian head nickel, which I do occasionally find, or a mercury dime. I have run across a couple of Morgan silver dollars in my time as well. But I remember back in the 1970s seeing this in backs of comic books about the value of the 1943 penny that was mistakenly struck in copper. 1943, the mint decided to make the 1943 pennies out of steel to conserve copper and tin needed for armaments for American troops fighting in Europe and Japan. Authorized by the 1942 law that temporarily changed the composition of Lincoln cents. 1943, the mint struck over $1 billion of the steel cents that came to be known as steelies. There was a few that were struck in copper, and there's talk that maybe between San Francisco and Philadelphia, and then they found one Denver mint one. Maybe 20 were struck. Some have been found have sold for over $100,000. I did read that the last one was bought by somebody for 1.7 million. But there are, from what I understand, a lot of these in circuit that are around that are not even genuine copper pennies made in 1943. There's reproductions that are fakes that are out as well. 1940s, there were rumors that Henry Ford said they would reward any of the finder of 1943 copper sent with a brand new Ford car, although the company repeatedly denied that there was any truth to it. In the late 1950s, credible reports began to emerge of genuine 1943 copper pennies. Following many reports of fake copper-plated pennies, some counterfeit dies that had been circulated. In 1957, a 14-year-old coin collector in California found the first one. Today, a total of 27 1943 copper wheat pennies are confirmed to exist and have been graded, including 6 1943S as well as the unique 1943D. 7 of the 27 have been graded PCGS and 13 have been graded NGC. The PCS, the 1943 1943S copper pennies are valued at $1 million each, while 1943D is listed at $1.5 million. But for a coin that's rare, actual sales from auctions or private sales when available are the best measure of value, especially if these coins rarely come up for sale. Auctions known to exist for this 1943 copper set typically been in a range of 100,000, 250,000. Public sale of this coin 2014 in AU 55 Brown example garnered 329,000. It says the most recent sale of a 1943 copper penny was of the finest known example of a 1943S copper set on sale November 19th, when the coin was bought for $500,000. The coin is part of the Bob R. Simpson collection, but I did read somewhere else that there's been one more recently sold, and that was for 1.7 million. Kind of interesting. Basically, if a person's lucky enough to ever encounter one of these things, I guess they can end up if they sell it to the right person. I guess they could end up being an instant millionaire, I suppose. But very interesting story, and looking for more ideas on history, especially obscure aspects of history. Anybody have any ideas, please let me know. If it's feasible, I will research it and I will do a show on it. That being said, like, subscribe, share. As always, thanks for watching.